Just about a year ago, I started a video series that I unfortunately called 30 Days of Spang. You see, Spang is a really dynamic, amazing, technical style of freestyle that I really like, and I set out to try to do some Spang moves and see if I could incorporate some of them into my flying. And I did incorporate some of them into my flying, but I also didn't do 30 days of Spang. But today I'm gonna maybe make it up to you slightly because we're revisiting that series, and we're gonna try a change in the setup of my quadcopter that people said was one of the reasons my Spang wasn't looking as spangy as I thought it should have. I'm Joshua Bardwell, and well, I don't know if you're gonna learn something today, but we're gonna fly, we're gonna see. Here's the thing that people said I should change about my setup in order to make my spangy moves look more spangy. They said I should get rid of all my expo and all my curve and have completely linear rates. And it's interesting because prominent Spang pilots have published their rates, and it's a fact that they don't necessarily fly with linear rates. But there are things that experts can make a quad do that sometimes beginners need a little bit of help, and maybe getting rid of the curve in my rates is the thing that's gonna give me some of that spangy feel. What does that mean, spangy feel? There's a thing that Spang pilots do where they sort of snap into moves and lock, and everything is kind of abrupt. Everything has just a real snap to it. And I can kind of see how, if you have expo, it softens the beginning and ending of a move, because expo makes the stick really slow in the center, and then as you get to the outer edge of the stick deflection, it accelerates. But we want that acceleration immediately. So I have set this quadcopter to 700 degrees per second, completely linear rates. We're gonna put it up and fly it, and we're just gonna frickin' see what happens. And here's the thing, I know for a fact that I can fly 700 degrees per second linear rates because I did another video where I played with rates, and I flew at the lowest possible rates and the fastest rates I could frickin' fly. I flew at 2,000 degrees per second linear rates. It was scary as hell. I'll tell you more about that later in the video. Oh, that's gonna take some getting used to though. Wow, the center stick is so much less precise. Every little movement of my stick makes the quad jerk, but in a way, is that what we're going for? I can fly it smoothly. I've just gotta dial my stick movements down. Oh, every little stick movement shines through in a bad way. The actual rate, that's a full stick deflection roll. The actual rate isn't that bad. So let's try and do some spangy stuff. And what I want to know is does it look more sharper? What's a spangy move? I can do an eject. I mean, if it's working, then I will see the sharpness in the little backy-forthy moves. I think I'm not gonna see it until I watch the replay though. So that if I do a little backy-forthy roll like that, or flip like that, does it am I chopping something? Damn it. Only my battery, that's not that important, right? So they'll do those little half rolls, and the stops will be so sharp. It feels really sloppy. Oh God, that looked a little spangy, I could already see. Let's try to do a lock. What I'm looking for is I want to see if I am entering the moves sharper and stopping the moves sharper. Can I still be precise? Whoa. No, not as precise. I'm definitely seeing some sloppiness in my tune that these sharp rates are bringing out. My battery is starting to die. 3.5. I still got a little battery left. Holy shit, I think it does. I think it does. Okay, I gotta think of some, I gotta remind myself, dredge up memories of the spangy moves. America. So I remember that there was a lot of locking and reversing. So you gotta really bang the stick, right? That's, oh, bang the stick all the way to the edge. So I still haven't got the timing down, especially because I changed my max rate from 900 to 700. I still haven't got the timing down for the half rolls. Oh God, right into the ground. We're okay, we're okay. I feel like that looked more spangy than anything I've ever done. It's just hard to do precise moves like that. I mean, that wasn't like terribly precise, but like coming down through here and needing to hit this exactly, and then coming fast through here. It's just a little harder to do that. What am I doing? I don't even know. But this little twitches though, those little twitches, that is something I've tried to figure out how Spang pilots do that. And I haven't been able to figure it out. Oh my God. I'm not gonna be like, oh, I did it. I figured out the secret. The secret is obviously, as always, practice, stick time, and natural ability. But those combos I'm doing there, the little like combos like, that feels like more spangy than I think, I don't know, maybe I'm just placeboing myself. The way it's linking together feels right in a way that it hasn't. Okay, that's not Spang, that's just big dips up and down. Oh, 3.4, I gotta come in. 3.3, okay, I'm definitely done with this flight. I'm gonna do one more pack just because I'm having a good time and the sun's still up. I feel kind of dumb. It's not like there's not a downside. The downside is much less precision at the center stick. Like when you're going fast and you're trying to do, I remember I used to run like 1200 degrees per second, 1100 degrees per second, much higher rates. And I brought those rates down and I added some expo, and immediately like sweeping turns felt much more controllable. I was okay at like shooting a gap, but to hit like a sweeping turn where you have to make mid-turn adjustments was really difficult. And as soon as I lowered those rates, I felt so much more in control. And I think the takeaway is that there's just a trade-off to everything. If you think about how Spang pilots tend to fly, a lot of it is in a wide open field with a couple of trees as focal points, and you're moving between those focal points. Not to say that Spang pilots don't also do precise stuff, they do, but a lot of the moves are less like a racing line, a sweeping turn through a precise gap or 2 or 3 gaps in a row. I lowered those rates and I added expo to give me that additional precision, and what I lost is snappiness. I don't know if there's a way that you can have both. Well, one way you can have both is just to be such a good freaking pilot that you can have precision even with linear rates, but that's not me. That's somebody half my age with a lot more experience under their belt. Nevertheless, I feel so like, it's like, you know, I feel so gratified to see those moves starting to link together. At least in my mind, they look like they are, more so than they were. And I'm bummed that it took me this long to try this suggestion. I don't even remember when some of them. I'm gonna go fly one more pack. Let's do it. See, I can't stop that precisely. Like I came over the top there and I did that roll and I wanted to kind of stop like that, but I just overshot, and I have to get used to it. I'm sure I will. My rates are all fucked up. I see that wiggle there? That's because I don't know where my fingers should be. Stick bang all the way to this end. I don't hear those sticks clacking, son. Just little touches. I don't hear those sticks clacking. Oh, I feel so out of control. All right. You know, normally I tell myself, whenever I think, I can't do this thing, I need to change my gear, I need to change my rates, I need to change my setup, I tell myself, stop it, that's an excuse. Stop making excuses for your lack of skill by thinking you need better, different gear. But obviously rates have an effect and gear has an effect, and sometimes maybe that's what you actually need. If you're trying to put in a screw with a butter knife, you're not using the right tool for the job, and maybe linear rates are the right tool for Spang. It still doesn't explain how other pilots get that same snappy response with nonlinear rates, but maybe that's a question for, maybe it's their motors in there. Oh my God, I'm chasing the gear train again. I promised earlier in the video to tell you about the time when I flew 2,000 degrees, linear rates, 2,000, spin so fast, and I flew it with linear rates, which means I could barely move the sticks at all without the quad freaking out. I also flew the lowest rates I could fly and could barely make the quad move at all. It's a pretty fun freaking video. I'll put a card on screen to it. You can check it out as well. If you want to see more of me trying to fly Spang, what it was like before I tried linear rates, I'll put a playlist on screen, and I'll see you there. Ooh, sun's gone down. Wow, it really has.